the paradox of life, or life has many planes. What I want to talk about today is that whatever you think you're working on might not be the thing you should be working on. So you can kind of stratify it different ways, but let's say, for example, you're working really hard right now to get that promotion in the office, because once you get that promotion, let's say you get a bigger salary or you get more people to support you, you can have more impact, maybe you can afford something that you couldn't afford previously, etc. And you might be optimizing the right way for that specific thing, what you're aiming at, but maybe that thing is not what you actually want, or rather you want it, but it's not actually what you need. So let's say that you want to buy a new car with that promotion. I'm going to get here for a very cliche example, but I'm sure you can come up with one of your own examples here. Whatever you're working on right now, why are you doing that? Where are you trying to get to? And once you get there, what is it going to give you? And so I would like you to question that, whether that's actually the thing you want to. So staying with that example I just gave, you get that promotion, then you can buy that car. And then, so what? Like, why do you need that car? And I say, oh, it's a car I always wanted. And then what is it going to give you? And I would challenge you that any material thing you're aiming for will give you a quick peak in terms of happiness, but then return you to the exact same base level of happiness, as I call it, than you were before. And why is that? Because that's really kind of how our evolutionary system is primed. We are not meant to ever stop. Like, evolution wanted us to, as survival and procreation, to constantly grab more resources. And as such, no matter what your goal is, once you achieve it, you won't be satisfied. You will, and you can look at back in your life. That's how it unfolds. Now, does that matter? You shouldn't try to get that promotion. Not at all. What I want you to question is, like, and keep working at that promotion, but generally, like, and that's what I referred to initially when I said life has several planes. From the plane of kind of increasing material wealth, what you're doing right now with that promotion example, for example, might be perfectly right. So you're tackling it the right way. But the question is, are you optimizing for the right thing? Like, does that promotion matter? Or does that increase in wealth or material assets matter? Maybe you could spend your time, like, trying to get a better grasp of life, like understanding what actually is true joy or fulfillment. And maybe you could explore yoga, as I talked about it yesterday, or meditate, or if these things sound awfully hard and unpleasant, you could just start asking yourself, like, what are the things that truly make you happy? And when I refer to happiness, I really refer to contentment and joy, not to kind of like, yeah, let's party and let's get drunk type of, or let's get that deal done, etc. Like, what I'm trying to get to is, like, what is going to make you happy, or whatever word you want to choose, when you just sit at home on your couch with nothing specific to look forward for. You just sit there and how do you feel? Like, on a scale of 1 to 10 or 0 to 10, how do you feel in that moment? And that's what you want to optimize for. You want to get to an 8, 9, 10 when you just in that state. You're just there. Everything is, nothing exciting happening. You're just sitting there, maybe thinking, maybe not even thinking. And that's the baseline happiness. It's like, that's the state you will always revert to. So even once you bought that car, once you got that promotion, that house, that girlfriend or boyfriend, that husband, wife, whatever it is you want right now. And when I refer to material, it's beyond material. What I'm referring to is even relationships, etc. Like, you want a loving relationship, you want great friends. These are all things that are external of you. And they're all good things, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you shouldn't want any of these things, but you want to kind of decrease your neediness for them, your craving, because whenever you crave for something, you want something that you don't have in that moment, and hence you suffer. And suffer is a strong word, but you don't enjoy life right now because you're thinking, I need to get that thing, whatever that thing is. And so when I talk about baseline happiness, or baseline contentment, or whatever word you like, that is when you're just, somewhere in a very plain, very stale environment. Maybe it's, something that doesn't excite you, like maybe the living room, and you're just sitting on the couch, and you're just contemplating about life. how comfortable are you doing that, and in what kind of, because some people constantly escape, they can't sit still, they can't be quiet, they have to always talk, always do something, always travel, always, because the moment they go to this quiet place, they get to an uncomfortable place. And why is that? Because they don't like to look at their life, they don't like to reflect, because once they do, they see all these things that are kind of like that are not fixed, that are not taken care of, that are kind of, you know, that relationship with your son or daughter or friend or mother or parent or spouse that is not working, the issues that kind of you've kind of pushed away to the left or the right, that you don't want to deal with, so you constantly keep yourself busy with other things so you don't have to think about that. That's just gonna haunt you for the rest of your life if you don't start taking care of it. And the first step of taking care is not necessarily taking care of that specific issue, but start taking care of yourself. And that's the ability of being just in a place and everything is perfect. And so it's really just about a state of mind, because once you start thinking about it, there's no reason for it not to be comfortable. Be there, like whatever you worry or stressed about it, or whatever you're not happy with, you should be able to come to a state and just be at peace. Like, things are the way they are, and of course you have the power to change certain things, and you will find that power to change them actually, rather than to push them aside, once you found that point of stillness with yourself and that point of deep peace. And you can start right now. You can start, you don't have to do any yoga or meditation or any crazy stuff. These are all helpful practices of getting you there, but you can really, I've done it without them. I've done yoga, I'm getting into yoga, I've done meditation, but you don't need to do those. Like, I found this place through simple self-inquiry, and spending a lot of time on that, but that for me is kind of the most beautiful way of getting there. I'm very in my head, so I love to intellectualize, and I guess you can tell that from these videos. And so you just start asking yourself very simple questions. When you don't like something, you say, like, why? Why don't I like it? What can you learn about yourself? And through this process of inquiry or self-inquiry, you get to really incredible answers. And you are your best own teacher. You just listen to yourself, but you have to kind of start going to these places that seem uncomfortable and start really like unpacking what is there, kind of really trying to understand why these relationships are not okay. But actually, let me go back. First, you need to find this place of just where you can. It's quite windy here. I hope you can hear me. There's a price to pay that you can see this view. So just start asking yourself, like, sit wherever you are right now, kind of close your eyes if you want, if you're in a distracting environment. Maybe you cannot do that, maybe you're in the office. Well, maybe you're not in the office if you're watching this, but just wherever you are, when you have time the next time and you're by yourself, just close your eyes and just ask yourself, like, okay, why do I feel the way I feel right now? And then, something might be annoying you. And then you're like, okay, why does that annoy you? And you go deeper and then you get to an answer. Okay, maybe it's that person that did that said such and such to you. And then you're asking yourself, like, why? Why is that person, why does that annoy me? Why can that person trigger me? Why do I let another person influence my own well-being? Like, why do I let someone kind of interfere in my life? Like, why do I give power to someone else to do that, or to some other thing, or something that I don't have yet? And that simple process of asking why, is like observing yourself, feeling what's going on, like how you feel, your emotions, observe them, and then ask why. And just go why. You go lower. And what you'll find is incredible answers, and you will find all the answers within yourself. You just have to dig deep enough. And once you start doing that, life will never be the same again.